And now we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and Twitch, and Rumble, and Instagram. We're now live. Of course, we've been live on TikTok for a little bit. And yeah, here we are, folks. So we are ready to have a good show, and hopefully you're having a good Saturday wherever you are in this beautiful, beautiful world. So we have a lot to cover tonight. We're just gonna have a good time. But tonight's Saturday, and so for Saturday we just chill as we do on Saturday. A couple things before we get into the presentation. So I'm Bishop James Long. If you want to go to the website, it's very simple. BishopJamesLong.com. That's it. Well, thank you. BishopJamesLong.com. That's all it is. Pretty simple. If you want to go to the church's website, usocc.org. That is the church's website. Tomorrow, of course, we have our Bible study at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so if you want to join us, that's at 8 p.m. Of course, it will air right here to all of you guys, and you guys will get to enjoy that. So yeah, we're looking forward to that, and hopefully you are too. So it's at 8 p.m. tomorrow, and everybody is welcome. We'd love to have you guys. So yep, Bible study is 8 o'clock for tomorrow. Tonight, of course, is open mic night, where we talk about anything and everything. If you want to talk about the paranormal, we will. But for the first half an hour or so, we just kind of chill. And so I just want to talk about. Of course, Miss Wilma has been sick, and so I asked a very dear friend of mine if she would, join us as well. And so on Saturdays and Sundays, and she said yes, and I'm really happy. So let's have just Judy Ann. If Judy Ann is here with me, Judy Ann, hello to you.
Hello, Your Grace.
Well, hello there, Judy Ann. How are you?
I'm rolling. I'm ready for a good show. I'm just glad to see that you're back from that minor rite of exorcism.
Yeah, well, and yeah, I did, and it was nice. It was nice to be able to get out and perform this beautiful blessing, and so that was, we just got in not too long ago, so it's kind of like, okay, kind of catch your breath. But it was nice. It was nice. And of course,
I'm sure everyone's eager to hear about it.
Yeah, and Reverend Mother Elizabeth, she went with me as well, so that was nice. It's always nice that you don't have to go by yourself, and to have somebody there to help. And so I appreciate her willingness to jump in with me. So yeah, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show. And but I tell you what, folks, I oh no. Yeah, you know who this is, folks. Yep, she's here with us, folks. I don't have medicine for this. I don't have medicine for this. Hello, Miss Wilma.
Hi, Bishop Long. Hi, Judy Ann.
Well,
hello, everybody having a great night. And I do want to pray. I mean, thank you for praying for me. I didn't mean.
No, you were right. Thank you.
Right. But I'm going through. I'm going into kidney failure, and I have colitis and spasms, along with several other issues. But I'm hanging in, so I hate it that I missed, but it's good to be back tonight.
No, well, first of all, let me just say this to you. You were 100% right when you said, let's pray, because you were going to say, let's pray for Bishop Long because you're back on the air. That's exactly, isn't that right, studio audience? Yep, studio audience, am I right? Yep, they're clapping. They know it's true. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm here all night.
Yeah, I wanted to thank everyone for their prayers. Yes.
So we're here with Miss Wilma. We're here now with Judy Ann. So we're all gonna have a good time. Where's my anxiety medicine? I gotta see if I have my anxiety medicine. I'll have some. I'll get some a little bit later.
Am I expected to tell jokes too?
Absolutely. Heck yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to get that donkey thing that you play, that donkey.
First of all, I
audio.
have no control over that. That's the studio audience decides whether or not the donkey plays or not. I have no control over that. Just like the booze, when the studio audience boos, I have no control over that, Judy Ann.
Yes, I'm quite certain that's true.
It's true, 100%. So, okay, so let's talk. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Howdy. So, Miss Wilma, do you have any special jokes that you want to tell, and then Judy Ann could tell? We can just have a good time.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why do people living in Greece hate walking up and down?
Why do people in Greece hate walking up and down?
Waking up and down.
Okay, first of all, studio audience. No, they're already booing you. You've already ruined it. No. Folks, I'm telling you, this is
Why do people living
already.
in Greece hate waking up at dawn?
Wait a minute. Now you just completely changed the joke.
My eyes are not. I'm a little off tonight.
Oh, you're awful.
I'm on
Right?
medication.
Yes,
No, okay, let me
she's
try
on
this again.
medication.
Why do people living in Greece hate waking up at dawn?
Why do people in Greece hate waking up at dawn? I don't know. Why is that?
Because dawn is tough on Greece.
Strike one. That is strike one. No, don't laugh. Because if you laugh, that's strike two. We're gonna get strike two. Yeah, she's a little off tonight. Yeah, she's a little off tonight. Just tonight, she's a little off.
Thank you, Juliet. She liked it, and you booed me. You do not push the boo button.
You leave my boo buttons alone. And first of all, I did not push any boo buttons.
Don't push my boo button. Okay, Juliet, do you have one, honey?
Yeah, Judy Ann, do you have? Okay, all right. Let's see what we got.
Okay, what did the triangle say to the circle?
That's a good one.
You're pointless.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Why did the triangle? What did the triangle say to the circle? You're pointless. That was a good one. Thank you. Get the baby outside.
First time.
Get the baby's going to go outside. Okay, so there we go. All right. So there we go. That's a good one. No, that's a good one, Miss Wilma. You're up next.
Yes, it is.
No pressure.
Why do aliens always spill their tea?
Wait, why do aliens always spill their tea?
They have flying saucers.
Wilma, you're the.
How come the donkey sick?
The donkey is sick because the joke is sick.
No.
That was bad. And you're the only person that's laughs. No, people are laughing at that joke. No, folks, don't laugh.
I hear Judy, come on.
No, Judy Ann was thinking about it. Judy Ann was laughing because it was so bad. That was like, how in the world? Oh, that was bad. Now great. Now we got a team tag. Now we got a tag. Okay, great, fine. So now we got a tag team going on. Okay, fine. That's all right. All right, Miss Judy Ann, you're up.
Okay, why was Cinderella so bad at soccer?
Why was Cinderella so bad at soccer? I don't know.
She kept running away from the ball.
That's a good one, sweetie.
I'm sorry, that was a strike. That was a strike.
No. Don't put you in. That's a good one.
Wait a minute.
That's a good one.
This is what I'm telling you.
You're going to have to keep your buttons off on the bad buttons.
You leave my button.
I do have one specifically for you, Bishop Long.
Okay.
Where was King David's temple located?
I don't know. Where was King David's temple located?
Beside his ear.
Boy, I tell you what, these jokes are getting worse and worse. Okay. Wilma, what are you laughing at?
That's good.
Oh, great. So Joanne said, ladies, you're on a roll. That's wonderful. That is just wonderful. That's great. All right, Miss Wilma, do you got another one for us? Because we would love to hear more jokes from you because you've been. What the? Folks, see, this is what I'm telling you right here. Every time I tell you. Right before the show.
Do you know what a barbershop gives in the winter?
What do you say?
Do you know what a barbershop gives in the winter?
What does a barber shop give in the winter? No, I don't know.
Who cuts?
Who cuts?
Cold cuts.
I'm sorry. That's no. No. No, no.
In the winter.
No, no.
A barbershop
Ouch.
in the
See,
winter. Come to it.
I know, even
Get your hair-
yeah, everybody got hurt. Everybody's feelings got hurt on that one.
Just come to it.
Yeah, folks. We're gonna get into demon stuff a little bit later, but we're stressed right now with these jokes. My gosh.
Is it my turn?
Oh, yeah, absolutely,
Yes, please.
absolutely.
Okay. What did one toilet say to the other?
Oh boy, what did one toilet say to the other? I don't know.
You look flushed.
Oh, I love
Now that was
one.
you got a drum beat on that one. You got
These are bad.
you,
I don't even know it.
you got a
Just
drum beat.
play.
That was a good one.
It was.
Yeah, that was a pro. Hey, Wilma, and guess what? Wilma and Judy Ann. Guess what?
Yes.
See, it's true. I used to be a baker, but I couldn't make enough dough. Thank you very much. Here all night. Appreciate it. No,
Oh,
no, no.
that was weak.
That was a good one.
weak.
That was a good one. That was very good.
I agree with you,
Okay.
you boo,
Okay, I
you
got.
and
Wait. I got another one. I got another one.
Bishop, what's red and bad for your teeth?
Well, red and bad for your teeth. I don't know. What is that?
A brick.
No, I'm sorry. You, Miss Wilma's rubbing off on you. She's rubbing off.
Don't you boo her, Chuck. That was good.
Thank you very much. See that
Understand
they've
the
already
joke,
did.
a brick
They've already done a drum beat, and I haven't even told this. Wait a minute. Hey, Wilma.
and for your teeth.
Wilma, you know what happened? I told my wife she should embrace her mistakes, and she gave me a hug. Oh, that was good. That was good. Of course, I'm not married, but
Oh,
that was good.
Yeah,
That was good.
Good one.
That was a 3-point hook shot. Thank you very much. That was good.
You boo us, we boo you.
You can't do that. That's not fair. That's
Yes,
cheating.
How does a snowman get around town?
How does a snowman get around town? I don't know.
On an icicle. On an icicle. Don't you understand the joke?
I
no,
get
that
the
was good. That was good.
Thank you.
What do you call a pig?
Oh,
What do you call a pig that practices karate?
what do you call a pig that practices karate? I don't know. Pork chop?
A pork chop.
I got you.
Yes,
I got you.
good, very
I got
good.
you.
Ooh.
Good, honey.
Thank you. I got it. I got that one. See, Jack's Paranormal got that one too. There's other people got that one. So yeah, Judy Ann for 1920 jokes. Okay. So, okay, Wilma, are you all out of jokes?
Did you
I
hear
think-
about the horse that fell?
The horse that fell?
Uh-huh.
No.
You said, help, I can't get it
No.
Get it
No,
up.
you got
Get it up. He fell.
No. You don't have to explain the joke.
That's
I get.
cute. That's cute. I have one last one.
Okay.
What do you call a sad strawberry?
A sad strawberry. I don't know. What do you call a sad strawberry?
A blueberry.
Oh, what's the difference?
What is this? Okay, both of you guys are saying, "Oh, that's a good one, sweetie," or "That was good," or "That was good." I tell a joke and it's like, come on. Not fair. Not fair. It's.
I have a better one. I have one last one.
Okay.
Why do seagulls fly over the sea?
Why do seagulls fly over the sea? I don't know. Why do they?
If they flew over the bay, they would be bagels.
Good.
No. Sorry. That boy. I tell you what.
Okay.
No.
I'm done.
No.
Boy, this has been bad. I mean, we have just. I mean, really bad.
Okay, I got one last one.
Oh, please.
Do you know it has more lives than a cat?
Do what now? What was the question?
Do you know what has more lives than a cat?
I don't know. What has more lives than a cat?
A frog, because it cooks every day.
Just like the donkey. Just like the donkey. Just like the donkey. Just like the donkey.
How rude.
I can't help it. I mean, hey, you know what? I have a question for you, both of you. Why was the math book sad? Because it had too many problems. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're my fan over there.
That was cute.
You're my fan over there,
That
aren't you?
was cute.
Don't Wilma, don't be boo. Okay, get the baby out. The baby's got to go.
Don't get the baby going.
The baby's got to go. The baby has got to
The
go.
baby gotta go.
Oh yeah. Oh, so okay. So So let's take a vote. Who had the better jokes, the ladies or the bishop? That's a good one. That is a very okay. And
Judy Ann, I already know that one.
why did the tomato turn red? Yeah, because
I have no idea.
because it's all the salad dressing. You kind of blush, you know what I mean? Salad dressing.
That's cute.
Thank you.
That is cute.
See, thank you. Appreciate that very much. Okay, that's enough. Okay, that's too dramatic. Okay, thank you. Okay, it keeps going. All right.
Oh yes.
That was
My
good.
goodness. All right.
Judy Ann, have you noticed something when he tells a joke? He keeps you laughing longer, doesn't he?
His jokes are pretty good though.
Oh, so
I
that
think-
aha.
They're sophisticated.
That
They're
they are
sophisticated.
We're good, but I boo him because he boos us.
Hey, so I have a question
I
here.
think you and I.
This is a sophisticated, nerdy
Yeah.
joke, and I'll admit this is a nerdy joke. Why did the Scarecrow win an award?
Don't know.
Well, because he was outstanding in his field.
Oh, now that
Thank
is
you.
a good
See, that's kind of
one.
nerdy. It's kind of a nerdy joke, folks. It's a nerdy joke, but it's true.
That is a good one.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's cute. That's
Okay.
That
cute.
is
See, these are-
good.
These are cute. These are cute jokes. This is a family-friendly show, and
Mr. Braun, why would you
Family
sit out there in the
friendly
field,
show.
Mr.
of
Braun?
course. Okay, so we have a TikTok vote. What'd you say?
I said, Mr. Braun, why would you sit out the field so long for?
Okay, automatically. That I don't know what you said, but you get an F on that one. You get an F circled in red writing.
Got the skeleton. While he was out the field, I said, why did you stand out the field so long
Sorry,
for?
I'm sorry. You can't do that. You can't take my joke and then turn it around. So, by the way, this TikTok thing
That's
is
what I
failed.
just said.
No. This TikTok, a vote said that
Okay.
the ladies had 66% or 67%, and
Woohoo!
mine was 33%.
Really?
Yep, 33%.
Really?
So, TikTok,
You and I knew before we-
TikTok.
But that's not fair. It's 2 against
Disagree.
1.
I disagree. I completely so unfair. I tell you,
The-
they're cheating over there.
The deck is stacked against. You know what, Bishop? I have one last one for you, just for you.
Oh, cool.
What's the difference between a poorly dressed man on a tricycle and a well-dressed man on a bicycle?
I don't know.
A tire.
Oh, that's good. I understand.
Very good.
He doesn't
That was
like
good.
it.
Okay.
He doesn't like it.
Folks, come on. Let's give her at least a round of applause or a drink or something. Oh, there we go. There, you see, you get a drink on that one. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We get a drink. So everybody, if you got a drink, drink one. It's Saturday night. I am loaded on water right now. Mm-hmm. See, Sister Jennifer said that she liked it. So there's people who like that one.
Yes,
What is
it
this
was
little
good,
thing?
honey.
Okay.
What is that?
Okay. I tried.
Oh.
How can you keep up
Hey,
with
honey,
Thelma?
you did great.
Okay. Oh, by the way, for those of you who had a birthday, want to have a birthday, wish you had a birthday, or thinking about having a birthday, guess what? Happy birthday. Sing along if you know the words. Only if you know the words. Here we go.
Happy birthday to you.
Very good.
Happy birthday to you.
Keep it in key. Keep it in key.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to
This is a big budget show. Oh, it keeps going. Keeps going. It doesn't stop. Let's do okay. Second verse, just like the first verse. All right. Yep. There we go. All right. So those had a birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, Lucille's. So Lucille's birthday is tomorrow. Well, happy birthday, Lucille.
Happy birthday, honey.
Yeah, and
Happy birthday.
and Wilma's 99th birthday is in about a week from now. So we congratulate Miss Wilma for her 99th birthday. That is fantastic, Miss Wilma.
I feel older, but no, I'm not.
No, you don't. You know what, Miss Wilma? Don't say that. You don't look over a day over 101.
Oh,
All right.
Ouch.
Ouch is right.
That was good. That was good. That was good.
Ouch.
That was good.
My
Okay.
stars.
Miss Wilma, now why don't we start with you, Miss Wilma? Why don't we tell a story, and then Judy Ann, why don't you tell us a story? If you have
A
one.
6-year-old cow named Romeo
What a cow?
from Oregon. A cow named Romeo.
Yeah.
In Oregon has been named the tallest cow in the world, 6 foot and 4 inches.
Wow,
The
that's a big
scary
cow.
mind of the
That's a big cow.
that is a big cow. Can you imagine the tallest cow in the world? That's a 6-year-old at that.
Golly, that is crazy. Well, listen to this one. A couple. This is crazy. Listen to this story, everybody. And Judy, and if you don't have any stories, we can do it next week. We got plenty of stories, so just don't panic at all.
Okay.
Listen, this is amazing. A couple. This is from Sherry Elfman. A couple salvages $200,000 lottery ticket from trash. From the trash can, folks. In a stroke of luck, it almost slipped away. A couple from South Carolina is now searching for their dream home thanks to a $200,000 win from the South Carolina Education Lottery. The couple, who wished to remain anonymous, smart, purchased a $5 lottery ticket at Circle K on East Main Street in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Upon scratching the ticket, the wife initially believed it was a non-winning one and discarded it. She threw it away. So little did she know, that moment nearly cost them a life-changing prize. Her husband spotted the discarded ticket in the trash and realized there might have been a mistake. And he called out to his wife, pointing out the critical detail, "You have a 12 on it." So she retrieved the ticket, scratched it further, and uncovered the $200,000 jackpot. The odds of winning such a prize in the double-sided dollars extra play games are slim. 1 in every 750,000. So there's only one more top prize remaining. So can you imagine throwing a $200,000? Did I get an eye lift? No, I didn't get an eye lift, but thanks for this. Someone's asking if I got an eye lift. I don't even know what an eye lift is. What is an eye lift? Do you know what an eye lift is, Judy Ann?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Because I would like to have one.
Oh, really?
You have perfect eyes. You have perfect eyes. Yeah, you don't
eyes.
have the skin that comes down of the eyelids. So that's why people say that.
Right, perfect eyes. Oh, I see that. So let me ask you there. Why are you looking so closely at my eyes? Is there something you need to say? Okay, sorry, I had to switch that up.
Oh,
all right.
you did.
What else? Oh, it's plastic surgery. Yeah. So okay. So Miss Wilma, do you have another story for us?
In Oklahoma, a chiropractor went to help a giraffe because his neck and jaw was hurting. So the doctor worked on Jerry, the giraffe, and afterwards, the giraffe was hugging the doctor for helping him.
So you know what? There's a lot of videos out there where you see animals that show their love.
Yes.
They're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. And of course,
Animals are wonderful. They're an extension of God's love. They really are.
And of course, now Judy Ann, by the way, Judy Ann is a professional photographer. For those of you who don't know, the calendar's over there, but I'm telling you, beautiful. And she loves horses, and Miss Wilma loves horses. And so, but they are
They're great.
I don't know if you
They're
guys,
great.
I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this is by Sherry Elfman as well. And a breaching whale tosses a boat over. So if you've not seen this, you might want to take a look at this. This is scary stuff. A brothers Colin.
I saw it.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
So a brothers Colin and Wyatt Yeager captured footage of a breaching whale that came out of the ocean and flipping over a boat off the coast of Portsmouth, New Hampshire. The two fishermen were thrown overboard. They were not hurt in the incident, and the brothers witnessed the scene and rescued the men. Says, I was actually shocked by their reaction. Wyatt Yeager told Fox Weather they were doing fine. They were smiling. They were like, wow, this is crazy. And they were just happy that they were okay. And the whale, by the way, is okay. But seriously, if you've not seen that, take a look at it. I mean, this whale comes up. I don't know what kind of whale was that. Do you know? I don't know what it was. Let me see if it says in the article. I don't think it says. It just says a breaching whale. It's one of those whales that open their that they have the big mouths. You know what I mean? And they just open their mouths and there's just the fish just come plowing in.
It was a humpback. I thought that's what it was. I just looked it up. Yeah, it's a humpback.
It is. So if you've not seen that, guys, if you've not seen that, go on YouTube and watch this whale, this huge whale coming right out of the ocean and then landing right there on this boat. That was crazy. That would be scary.
They are huge. They're huge.
Yeah, they are. The whales are great, but boy, I tell you, that would be a terrifying situation. All right, Miss Wilma, do you have Judy Ann, did you have a story, or are you going to do one next week?
No, I was just, I'll do a story next week. I was just going to comment. I live in the Pacific Northwest, and I'm not far from the water, maybe 15 minutes. And when we go out on boats or paddle boards, the orcas will always come up and play. They like to nudge and play, and it can be scary for someone who doesn't understand that these animals are probably smarter than a lot of people. Well, they've never attacked us, ever. They're just absolutely beautiful.
But there have been some reports lately. There have been reports where these orcas are actually attacking boats. The orcas are actually they're attacking the engines.
They're ripping the props off. I think that's a learned behavior.
Yeah. I
think somebody taught the younger ones to do that. But who knows?
I saw one interview on somebody saying, I forgot, they were Fish and Wildlife, and they said they believe that it's possible that a member of their pod family was probably hit by one of these things, or perhaps even unalived because of them, and now they're taking, they take it out. That's a theory, of course, but who knows? Who knows?
I question that theory because when we used to, as humans, capture the babies and take them and put them in places like SeaWorld, they would remember that and attack people because of it, and they don't. They do not harm us. So I'm not sure if I agree with that, but that's just me. That's just my simple opinion.
You know certainly more than I do. Hey, Miss Wilma, for those of you who don't know, Miss Wilma is a twerk professional, everybody. She truly is. She doesn't, I have no idea what that is, but she's a twerk professional. Well, Ben Hooper says this: a Nigerian man twerks for 3 hours and 30 minutes to break the world record. We have world records now for twerking. So a Nigerian man shook his booty for 3 hours and 30 minutes to break the Guinness World Record for the longest duration of twerking. It's true, folks. This person took on the challenge to raise awareness about depression. We love that. And the importance of mental health. Good for him. And he received word from Guinness World Records that his January dancing marathon had officially earned him the title. He said, "We are beyond thrilled to announce that our record-breaking achievement has officially been recognized by the Guinness World Records," told on his TikTok account, where he posted a video showing the acceptance email from the record-keeping organization. He said the post thanked everyone who supported him as he took on the challenge. Well, that's very cool. I love that because he's doing it for a good, a good benefit. That's great. Miss Wilma, do you have any other articles that you like to talk about?
Yeah, it's 29 after, so I'll go to my movie.
Okay.
It's called The Chosen.
Yep.
This is a powerful, if you haven't seen it, please do. This is about Jesus and his disciples. This is a very powerful, powerful movie. Once you get to watching it, you don't want to stop. I'm on season 4 right now. And, but they're supposed to come out season 5, I think, next year. Mm-hmm. But, I love it. My favorite part was when they had Jesus underwater, where the disciples like, "Oh, it's a ghost, it's a ghost," and Jesus is walking out underwater. That is beautiful. You read about it, you hear about it, but when you actually see it, it's like it's very powerful. beautiful.
Yeah, it is a great television show. Well, Miss Wilma, I know that you're not feeling 100%, so we do appreciate you're willing to jump on with us, and she's going to try to be here tomorrow for our kids' Bible study. So,
Yes, I am.
and Judy Ann, you can stay on with me for just a second. So, Miss Wilma, thank you for willingness to stay on.
I'm glad I got to come on. And Judy Ann, honey, it's good to talk to you, meet you, and I
Nice
love you.
to hear you, Wilma.
And
Love you too.
I hope everyone has a great night. I love all of you, and God bless.
Good night, Miss Wilma.
Good night.
Night, Judy Ann.
All right,
Good
everybody.
night.
There we go. There was Miss Wilmer. I appreciate Miss Wilma, her willingness to jump on with us and chat. And, she wasn't feeling that great. So we appreciate I think I just hung up on everybody. That's how good I am. So let me call Judy Ann back. There we go. It's like, whoopsies. So I just hung up on everybody. I tell you what, I know.
Did you just hang up on
No,
me?
I pushed the hang up button on Miss Wilma, and for some reason it hung up on you too.
No, it doesn't want me anymore. See, Wilma is the star of the show. There's no need to keep me on here. So that's why it happened.
Wilma, good old Wilma. She is just
It's nice to have her back.
Yeah.
She's a big part of the show.
She is. And, we got to kind of keep pushing her and pushing her and pushing her. And she's going to be here tomorrow if she's feeling better. So we're looking forward to that. And you're going to be here as well. So here's what we're going to do from now on, folks. For those of you who don't know. So on Sunday for Bible study, we're going to do something different. So Miss Wilma will still, when she's feeling okay, she's going to be jumping on with us so that she doesn't feel pressured if she's not feeling well. So she is going to be still doing the kids' Bible study as she normally does. And then Judy Ann is going to be joining us every single Sunday as well. So I'm going to give you the clergy perspective of the readings. So I'll teach like I normally always do. Judy Ann is going to give a laity reflection. She's going to give you the reflection on the readings. And then Miss Wilma. Miss Wilma will do our kids' Bible study. And then, of course, if Miss Wilma can't make it, well, Judy Ann will jump in and she'll do the kids' Bible study. So we just want to make sure that the kids, the Bible study is covered. And Miss Wilma's been feeling terrible because she's had to miss so much. So we'll start doing that from now on every Sunday. And we're really looking forward to that and appreciate Judy Ann doing that too.
It'll be fun. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. And then what I would like to do actually is so the first reading, I'll just have you read it. You'll read the first reading and you'll read the second reading. You'll read the gospel reading. And of course, after you do the first reading, I'll ask you for your reflection. And then, we'll figure it out. I'm not going to worry too much about how we're going to do it. But I think it's important. So I think it might be best if, you give her your reflection. And then Miss Wilma would teach it from the kids' perspective, and then I teach it from the adult perspective. And there you go. So you're going to get education from all around, folks. And I think that's great.
I'm ready. I'm all prepared for tomorrow. So I look forward to it.
Good. So do I. So it's going to be I think it's always a special time when it's always important, I think, to get different perspectives on scripture, because for like Wilma, she teaches from the kids' perspective, and you'll be teaching from the laity perspective. I just think it's so important to get different perspectives on teaching scripture. I think that's fantastic.
I do too. I particularly enjoyed Sister Jennifer's reflection. I thought she did an outstanding job.
She did.
And actually, I spoke with her by phone about that and told her that I was really impressed by that. And I said, that's going to be a tough act to follow.
For those of you who are unaware, so what we're doing now on a night prayer, we have night prayer Monday through Friday. Every Monday through Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so the person in the church who is assigned to pray with me on air, then what we're going to have them do is they're going to read the Wednesday reading. And they're also going to give their reflection for Bible study. And I just think it's wonderful. It's just, again, another opportunity to give you a perspective from someone else. Because have you ever had a situation where you've told someone something 100 million times and they just didn't get it? And then another person told them exactly what basically you said, and then the light bulb just came on. Have you ever had that happen? Judy?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Absolutely.
It's happened to me many times before. So yeah, it's on Spreaker. It'll be on Spreaker, only on Spreaker. So here's what you need to do. Go to usocc.org. Click on the prayer room link. If you scroll down, it will tell you, night prayer. If you click on that, it's only on Spreaker. And also, if you go a little bit further, I have now put the instructions there on how you can chat. So you can go in there and, thank you. Sister Jennifer said, download the app. And if you download the app, you just follow the instructions on the website, usocc.org, the prayer room. And you can find out exactly how you can chat. And so I think that's great. So, anyway, that's what we're going to do. And that's how we operate. And of course, the trolls, if you don't like it, then you can find someplace else, plain and simple. Really, you can just go find another adult Bible study or Bible study. It's not like we're charging, so we're doing this. So if you have a complaint, call 1-800-WE-DON'T-CARE.com. Right. It's really seriously.
Ooh, ouch, ouch.
Seriously, it's like, really, come on.
I look forward to it. I thought Jennifer did so well. My reflection, I've already written it, but mine is a little more simplistic. So hopefully I will reach some people. Don't know. Jennifer is a professor, as many people know. So her intelligence comes across.
Yeah, she did a great job. On Wednesday was the first time we did that. And that was wonderful. I think it went flawlessly. And tomorrow it's going to be great too. So join us. I'm not getting off air, but join us tomorrow, folks, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Bible study. And also on the second hour, what I've been doing is I've been taking, the Bible, the books of the Bible, and giving you kind of a Cliff Notes version of who wrote it, to what was it written for, what was going on, what was the main points of the scripture. And tomorrow we pick up on Joel. So there we go. Looking forward to it.
Excellent.
Julianne, I'm sorry, what?
I was going to say, I know everybody is really anxious to hear about your experience today with the minor rite. I am too. I'm just so thankful to God that you're back safe and sound. And thank you to Mother Elizabeth for helping you. So I'm going to sign off.
Okay.
And I look forward to the rest of the show. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining with us. And we'll there we go. We'll have to give you a little bit of a dance music so you can head out. So thank you so much. Thank you. I should appreciate you.
Okay.
All right,
later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. There you go. So that's our new every Saturday. We're going to be doing this. So please pray for me. So no, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to having them both on air with us. That was fun. We just cool. We just chill, folks. We just chill. That's what we do. Saturday, you have to chill. Although I'm still dressed too formally for Saturday. You know what I mean? But I think that if I didn't wear this, I would feel like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel natural to me. Actually, wearing a shirt, wearing just a regular old polo shirt or something. I don't. I would feel weird. So. Yep. Fridays are still Paranormal Fridays. Matter of fact, we had our show yesterday. So every Friday, we're here at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yesterday we talked about the devil and the tactics that the devil use. And then, of course, so the schedule is Sundays and Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is our Bible study at 8 p.m. And then on Fridays is our paranormal shows. That starts at 7. That's the only show that starts at 7. And that's because we're on KGRADB radio. And so we have to be at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And then tonight, of course, 8 o'clock. So that's how we do it. It was, so I went with Reverend Mother to an individual person's house, and we performed the minor rite of exorcism. And it was great. It was we also had mass. And I got to tell you something. It's interesting. It's always interesting when you go to a location and you can kind of feel the oppression. You can feel it. You just feel it. And then after the minor rite of exorcism is performed and the blessing is performed, it just, you feel just a kind of like a weight has been lifted. And you can actually feel the energy in the air. I mean, it's something that unless you actually experience it, you'll never quite get it. But it was just so it was a special moment. Yeah, it is lighter. It felt very, very much lighter. So I appreciate the opportunity to, obviously to bless someone's home and to fight the evil. That's what we do. We fight the evil, and we don't get intimidated. We never get intimidated. And as I mentioned earlier to the individual, we're never a victim, and never ever be a victim. Never. See, the demons want you to think that you are their victim, and the moment that you give in to that, the moment you no, unfortunately you can't, and the reason being is because I run the show. Someone's asking on TikTok if they can come up. The problem is I run the show on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Rumble, and Spreaker, and they won't be able to see or hear you. So if you come up, they have no idea who I'm talking to. So that's the only downfall to running the show on multiple platforms. I have a computer here, and I also have a computer here, so I run it on multiple platforms. So anyway, yeah, that's why. I don't have a problem with Sage. I have no issues with Sage at all. I know that there's a lot of people that we'll do a blessing afterwards. Yeah. I know a lot of people who have an issue with Sage, and I understand it. But remember, my grandmother was Cherokee, so she was Native American. So was my grandfather. So I don't see Sage as anything negative at all. As a matter of fact, I even did a presentation on Sage and the benefits of doing a blessing with it. I have no issues with Sage. The problem was that Sage has a bad rap because it's used for nefarious reasons. And so, but there are absolutely, without question, there are benefits for performing a Sage blessing. Maybe I'll do it again. Maybe I'll do another presentation on Friday. I've already done it several times already. But a lot of people ask about Sage, and that's okay. That's okay. So I might do that another one. So we'll see. By the way, listen to this, everybody. This is crazy. This is crazy. Don't do this. If you're in Florida, this is by Ben Hooper, and we'll get to your questions in just a second. A Florida sheriff's office is warning people against taking selfies with a, quote, depressed bear. So let me just read this to you. Florida's Walton County Sheriff's Office is reminding residents to stay away of bears after members of the public were seen trying to snap selfies with a, quote, depressed Bruin at the side of a highway. Okay, I just lost some brain cells. The fact that the sheriff office has to tell people, don't get close to a bear and take a selfie. Okay. So a Florida sheriff's office is reminding residents not to approach bears after onlookers were seen trying to snap selfies. So the Walton County Sheriff Office said on social media, the bear was spotted last week. Yeah, someone said, well, wait. So the Walton County Sheriff Office said on social media, the bear was spotted late last week on the north side of Highway 98 near County Road 83 in Santa Rosa Beach. Famous last words, if not friend, why friend shaped? And on the post said, because the black bear is stressed, depressed, lemon zest, whatever. The sheriff's office said members of the public were seen getting dangerously close to the bear to take selfies. And it says, quote, he's clearly not in the mood for pictures. The bear has shown sign of severe stress, the post said. The sheriff's office said a Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission biologist responded to the scene, but the bear wandered back into the woods on its own. Please, it says, do not approach black bears at any time, officials wrote, especially those that are showing aggression like this big fella. I don't understand that. You know what? Honestly, what is wrong? You're right. There's no respect to the bear. And here's the problem. And you know what, Teresa? Here's the issue. Some moron, and yes, they're morons, is going to get close to this bear. And this bear is going to feel threatened. And then what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? That bear will have to be put down. Because some idiot decides that they want to get a selfie with a bear. That's exactly what's going to happen. And to me, I think that's just moronic. It's on a level of stupidity that my brain doesn't understand. Seriously, come on. Dumb, stupid. Because that's what's going to happen. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to get close to this bear. This bear is going to feel defensive and obviously, God forbid, hurt someone, and he has to be put down. Because some idiot wants to do a selfie with a wild bear. I don't know. It just, hello, everybody. Yeah, it's crazy. You're right. Some people are a sandwich too short of a picnic. I mean, it just doesn't. As a matter of fact, when you go to Gatlinburg, which is one of my all-time favorite places to ever go, just to kind of get away, they have signs everywhere. And it says, if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down. If it's white, say goodnight. So, if it's a black bear and they say you're supposed to fight back, if it gets aggressive with you, you fight back. If it's brown, you lay down, you play dead. And if it's white, that's it. You saw, oh, wow. Saw black bears. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. That's the thing. People, I think they see these little bears and they think, oh, cute little puppy. It's a wild animal. I mean, it's a wild animal. And anyway, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. So let me just talk about, because a lot of people have been asking me about the Olympics and what they chose to do. And so let me just share this, everybody. Let me, for those of you who don't know, the opening of the Olympics has caused quite a stir. And so here it is. Here's a picture for those of you who don't know. So this is the argument that they purposely created. That's on the very top is drag queens. So let me just show you guys. So on the very top is drag queens. And it certainly does reminisce. Obviously, you have somebody here who is wearing kind of like a halo in the center. There we go. The problem that a lot of people are also complaining about is there's a little child there too. So there's a little child. And then, of course, they had the white pale horse. Okay. So this is what I'm going to say. People know, if you go to USOCC, you know that we are a welcoming church community. All right, we're welcoming. But this that I saw was whoever came up with that idea is truly one of the most idiotic individuals I've ever met in my life. Well, I've never met them. Whoever came up with this beautiful, brilliant idea truly is idiotic beyond all levels. Here's the problem. I do believe it's sacrilegious. I have a problem with it. I think it was disgusting. It was in poor taste. They knew exactly what they were doing. Let's not pretend that they didn't. I think this hurts the LGBT movement. And they're what they're doing is they're pushing so far to the extreme that they're going to tick so many people off who are moderates, who are, and then those people are going to say, you know what, if this is LGBT, I don't want any part of it. And that, and I will tell you this, I am not a fan anymore. Look, I know there's gay pride festivals and parades and things of this nature, but this is what I'm going to say this. Yeah, because of course, I think it is blasphemy. I mean, let's not pretend that they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew it would create a buzz. They were right. It has become popular now to mock Christ, and that's a shame. But I have seen, and again, if you go to usocc.org, you will see that we are inclusive. So I'm going to make that very clear to everybody. But there's a lot of people, even the LGBT movement, that are finding these the parades, the LGBT parades, are becoming so vulgar that it is disturbing on all levels. And just look up San Francisco Gay Pride Parade. Just that's all you need to do. Go on Google, go to YouTube, and search San Francisco Gay Pride Parade. I just find that deplorable. It is vulgar. There were children watching this, and it was clearly adult simulated behavior. And you get my drift there. I just don't think that's cool. You know what? You can be supportive of the LGBT community, great. But why do we have to go to why do we have to go to that level? I find it disgusting. I truly find it disgusting. When I saw some tidbits, some clips of the parade there, the festival in San Francisco, I thought, why are we doing this? Why is the community doing and this is a public parade. Why are we going to a vulgar, disgusting, foul? Why? Because it's just all it's going to do. It's actually going to hurt the movement. That's all it's going to do. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of people who are saying this, who are absolutely very active in the LGBT community. I've spoken to them. They are really angry about what they're seeing, because actually it pushes more people away, because you can't defend being in public and being vulgar. There's no defense to that. You know, if your privacy in your home, that's one thing. But when you're in the public and there are children that are watching these parades and you're simulating adult behavior, folks, your sexual orientation, you can be LGBT, you can be straight, but when you do this in the public, come on, for God's sakes. I mean, really, for God's sakes. I just think that everybody in my mind, we seem to have lost our ever loving mind. And I've talked to people who are in the movement, and there's a lot of people. There's a lot of activists actually in the movement that are upset because they're going to the extreme. Too extreme. And so I just don't like it. I don't like it. So that is how I don't think that's conservative. I don't think that's Republican or Democrat. I think that's just common sense. You know, we have kids. If you're watching that in the parade, I mean, have balloons and you can have a gay pride parade without being vulgar. Oh, thank you, Doc Norm. I appreciate that. But you can have the parade festivals, fine, but just don't be vulgar. I don't know. Maybe, and someone told me the other day, "Oh, you're just too old-fashioned." Well, then I'm old-fashioned. I just don't. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Maybe I'm whatever, but I don't like it. And I have a lot of friends that are in the LGBT community, and they don't like it, and they're getting angry with. As a matter of fact, many of them used to do the Pride festivals. They no longer do it, because it has just gotten so nasty and so X-rated, and it's so unnecessary. It is so unnecessary. It's unnecessary, and actually, it's going to hurt the movement. If this keeps up, this is going to hurt the movement. People say, "Oh, they're just expressing themselves." Express yourself in your privacy in your bedroom when you're half naked, with your partner, with your wife. Fine. That express your that's where it needs to be expressed, not in public where there are kids that are 9 years old that are watching it. I'm sorry, but if you think that's okay, then there's a bigger problem that we have in this society, because kids don't need to be exposed to that, whether it is straight people doing it or whether it is LGBT. I don't care the sexual orientation. If there is a straight parade and people are going down the road and they're doing these simulated adult acts and there are kids that are watching it, I would absolutely 100% be speaking against it, just as I'm speaking against this, because it's disgusting, and it needs to stop. But they keep going to the extreme, and it's hurting. It is hurting the movement. It is hurting the movement, and so I don't support it. I find it deplorable. I find it disgusting, and so right. I don't know. It's so unnecessary, so unnecessary. But anyway, that's my, and again, this is not anti-LGBT, because I've just told you, if you go to usocc.org, you will find that we are an inclusive community. We welcome people. We love people. But at the same time, by God, we're not going to say everything and any, just because you're inclusive doesn't mean that anything and everything goes. So let me make that clear. You can be inclusive and you can welcome everybody, but that doesn't mean that you have to welcome, X-rated behavior in public. Good grief. So anyway, that's it was unnecessary. It was really unnecessary. Okay. What's that? This is from Asian, the people who can't agree on life. I don't say. Yeah, it just keep that in the privacy. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be. Doesn't need to be public like that. I don't like it. Okay. So let's move into this one, because I've said my piece and you guys know how I feel. A lot of you ask me about my political beliefs. I'm not going to tell you my political beliefs because I want people who are liberal to feel comfortable to speak to me without feeling the fear of being judged. I want people who are conservative to come to me to speak to me without the fear of being judged. So I keep my political views to myself. I have them. But I don't think it's necessary that people know. I'm not here to be a politician. If I ever run for political office, then you'll know what I believe. But I do believe that as clergy, it is a responsibility of mine to speak out against something when I see something that is immoral and problematic. I think it is my responsibility to say, hey, you know what? This is not cool. We shouldn't do it. And so anyway. Let me fix this real quick on Instagram. Bear with me for a moment, because they have every time you have to, after the hour is over, you have to go right back in and fix Instagram. So let me do this open mic 2 and public. Yeah, every time it's kind of hard to explain, but you have to have a key or something, and a stream key after every hour. So let me do that there. And then we go back on. That's it. Okay. Listen to this, everybody. This is kind of cray cray. This is kind of cray cray. This is by James and Dave from 101 WRIF. So 2 people in Missouri were pulled over recently and tried to flee the police. Well, it's unclear why they were getting pulled over, but the car had a custom license plate that says, quote, "We high." This is when I'm supposed to do this. Excuse me for 1 second. So it says "We high" on the license plate. Yeah. Whoop. So yep. Well, I'm trying to fix this. Hold on. Let me just try to connect, because we got to have the soundbite for this. Okay. As I was saying, their license plate says "We high." We high. So they got pulled over. Yep. I think that's good.
Oh,
you're right.
You're right. And when you're right, you're right. And you're always right.
I'm right about that. No question about that. So the license plate said "We high," and they were eventually caught and they were arrested. So, yep, they, of course, even though the couple were arrested, there was no word on what charges that they may be facing. You probably don't need a license plate that says "We high" on the back of it. Hey, look, I know there's medical and medicinal, and that's your business, but it's probably not a good idea to do that. Not at all. Not. Yeah, it's kind of like, what in the world? By the way, here's something. Here's really, really interesting. I'm trying to find this one. Hold on. This is a good one. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I played that one because of this. This is again by 101 WRIF. Only MC Hammer and a few other people in history of the world have been successful enough to enjoy the pleasure of using the restroom on a golden toilet. Well, the desire to perform such an act must have been really weighing on 4 men in the UK, because that was, that or the $6 million golden toilet that would cost. So for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, according to a report earlier this week, 4 men were charged in the theft of an 18-karat gold-plated toilet. The toilet was stolen from Blenheim Palace in the UK, where British leader Winston Churchill was born. So the toilet was part of an art installation, because it's actually an artwork titled True. The title is called America. So the toilet was part of an art installation because it's actually an artwork entitled America, intended to make a statement about excessive wealth. So anyway, the golden toilet was fully functioning. And before the heist, visitors could book an appointment to actually use it. And when the thieves removed it, they caused significant damage and flooding to the building. And 7 men have been arrested in connection with the crime, which actually happened. What do you charge somebody who steals a toilet? So anyway, that happened back in 2019. Now, 4 years later, the men are being charged. The men ages 35 and 39 have been charged with burglary and conspiracy to transfer criminal property. And the toilet has still not been recovered, and by the way, is still missing. And we know definitely Miss Wilma, it's probably over Miss Wilma's house. That's probably what it is. Yeah. I don't understand. I mean, seriously, an 18, that's when you have, folks, when you have so much money that you can buy a gold toilet, you know literally that you have money, without a question, that can be flushed right down the toilet. I mean, truly, that's just dumb. So yeah, what do they get for? Yes, for stealing. Yeah, for stealing. But that's what happens. They stole a 18-karat gold toilet. Why? I mean, you know what? Okay. So, yeah, I mean, hey, I guess, it's, if you have that type of money, but my gosh, 18-karat gold toilet. I mean, feed the hungry, feed the homeless or something. My gosh. By the way, here's another really, really good one for you. You'd probably be really interested in hearing this. This is again by WRIF. A thief blabbed to his Uber driver about how he was on his way to commit a crime. I think he deserved that now, folks. He deserved that one. So seriously, this is true. This dude would have been a perfect candidate for our idiot criminal of the day. But we couldn't find his mugshot, it says. The guy is easily one of the dumbest we've come across on the show. Well, according to reports, a 41-year-old thief in Maine named Kevin Gray ordered a ride share to a local TJ Maxx. And then he blabbed to the driver about how he was going to rob the place. The driver dropped him off and called the cops. And the police identified the passenger as Gray. And in addition to being a suspect in a crime committed the previous day, they saw that he had warrants out. And when they saw him exit the TJ Maxx and approached him, there was a small foot chase, but they caught him and was arrested. Anyway, Gray had several sets of pre-conviction bail conditions that barred him from several businesses in the area because guess what? because of theft charges at those stores. So Gray is facing charges in relation to theft as well as drug possession, warrants, and violations of conditions of release. I think that deserves another one. That deserves another one. First of all, you shouldn't be going around stealing. And then secondly, why are you telling your Uber driver you're about to do it? There was a man on TikTok called Miguel. He said the goat toilet was on an island with a plane that disappeared. Oh boy. I don't know. I don't know. Again, the goat toilet thing is kind of interesting, but yeah, kind of crazy. We talk about being red-handed. By the way, this is interesting for those of you who like Yosemite Park. I read this the other day. I thought that's because I love national parks, and I just love nature. You know what? I just love it. When I'm in nature, I feel God, especially big trees and mountains. Well, this is by Jessica Tucker. Listen to this one. It says, don't swim in this haunted Yosemite lake if you hear crying. Well, it says Yosemite National Park is known for having some of the most difficult hikes in California, albeit beautiful ones. One challenging hike in particular takes hikers to a small alpine lake that highlights the dark side of Yosemite. With a tale has been told for centuries. If the lore is to be believed, visitors may want to make sure not to swim in the lake if they hear crying. So there have been stories of spirits that haunt Yosemite since before it was even a national park. But that is part of Yosemite's draw, with visitors choosing to make reservations for Yosemite's most haunted hotel during their stay, or even exploring areas that are known to have supernatural activity in the park. There is an interest in things that cannot be explained, and this is why so many take the hike to Grouse Lake to see if the lake is as haunted as the stories that surround it make it to be. So it says here, but before Yosemite National Park was part of the national park system, it was land that several Native American tribes lived in and around. It was one of the children from the Ahwahnee tribe that the story of the Grouse Lake centers on. And it's not only sad, but also chilling. So Yosemite named its first park ranger Galen Clark in 1867. 10 years before he took his position, though, Clark, who enjoyed hiking through Yosemite, decided to take a hike off the beaten path. And the path would eventually take Clark out to Grouse Lake. So the hike to Grouse Lake is a strenuous one. And this is because it follows the Chinunala Falls trails until it veers off nearly 5 miles after starting off the trailhead. And after following a faint trail that many never see, Grouse Lake comes into view. So on the opposite side of the lake where Clark was, there was a band of Ahwahnee who had just finished up a deer hunt. And they were getting water, but were not swimming in the water. So when the group was leaving, Clark heard a distinct sound that he attributed to a wailing puppy that the Ahwahnee left behind. And later in that evening, Clark joined the same group that he had seen at the lake at the camp, and Clark asked him about the crying and whether they were missing a puppy. But much to Clark's surprise, the Ahwahnee told him that the crying was not that of a puppy. Instead, it was the cries of a little boy who unfortunately drowned in the Grouse Lake. See, according to legend, the boy cries to lure others into the lake. And then, when they have waded into the lake, the boy grabs people by the feet and drags them into the lake where they drown. And while there was not any statistics on how many people have drowned at Grouse Lake, the story may just be enough to make those who visit Yosemite want to swim elsewhere. What is interesting about Grouse Lake is that the hike to get out there requires hikers to take Chinunala Falls Trail. The trail is one of the best kept secrets in Yosemite National Park because it is outside of the area where visitors usually venture, as it is closer to Wawona than it is Yosemite Valley. But with its 3 separate waterfalls that can be seen along the hike, it's stunning. However, it has also been named the scariest hiking trail in the United States. The designation comes from the fact that not only does Chinunala Falls Trail lead to a waterfall that spills into Grouse Lake, but that many have felt unsettled on the trail en route to the lake. Whether this uneasy feeling comes from knowing that the destination of Grouse Lake could come with the consequences of hearing the boy scream from the lake, or if spirits are with hikers along the trail is unknown. However, Just like the Bridal Veil Falls, the falls of Chinala are considered to be cursed, which is another factor as why hikers may feel unrest on this trail. Have any of you ever been there? I'm curious if you've ever experienced that Grouse Lake. That would be kind of Yosemite had a pressure small, eruption, See, I've never been to a Yosemite. I've never been to what is that other one, Judy Ann? What is that other great big huge one that I forgot, my brain just like by. So yeah, I've never been there. I definitely would love to go. It's not Yosemite. It's has the huge volcano. Yosemite. Anyway, it's in Yosemite National Park, Yellowstone. Yeah, Yellowstone. But this is in Yosemite National Park. So you can Yosemite National Park. It's in Grouse Lake. That's what it's called. If you want to do some research. And by the way, Yosemite does have a most haunted hotel, so you can check that out as well. Let me see if I can find this. It is trying to find the particular the name of the hotel. Here it is. And I probably am saying this incorrect, but Ahwahnee, the Ahwahnee Hotel, and that's Ahwahnee. So that is a hotel that's supposed to be haunted at Yosemite. It's a beautiful. I'm looking at pictures here online. It's absolutely gorgeous hotel. Man, that is beautiful. But it's called the Ahwahnee. So Ahwahnee, the Ahwahnee Hotel at Yosemite National Park, supposed to be very haunted, and the lake is a Grouse Lake. So there we go, folks. If you are if you want to check it out, if you're in the Yosemite National Park, and if you want to go to with bears, oh boy. See, I love nature, but I'd be kind of a little scared there, because you especially with the with bears. Oh, by the way, if you're up for if you're looking for a house and you love the paranormal, well, guess what? I don't know if I talked about this the other night. The Paranormal Activity house is up for sale. So from the movie, this is by Gwen Watkins. So if you're interested in buying the paranormal homes or things of this nature, the San Diego house where the original Paranormal Activity film is on the market now for $749,000. According to local news affiliates Q13 Fox, so the sunny suburban home, which has 4 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms, boasts a pool, patio, and basketball hoop. Oh, that's pretty cool. Of course, the listing doesn't show photos of the house at night, when it's most likely to trigger flashbacks to the 2007 found footage horror film. Paranormal Activity about a young couple hunted by a demon was shot over 7 days at the Bavarian Drive house, where director Oren Paley lived at the time. It says, when I moved into the house, it was the first time I lived in a detached family home as opposed to an apartment. It's in a very quiet suburban neighborhood, he says. So he says, if you become very conscious of every little sound, I'm sure it was of natural sounds of the house settling, but every once in a while you would hear things that would be weird and you couldn't figure it out what they were. So Pale mined those fears for this movie, and which cost $15,000. Isn't that crazy? Did you know that, everybody? What did I order? You can't buy. There's nothing you buy to become an exorcist. You're trained. I studied for the Roman Catholic priesthood for 6 years. So it's not something you can buy. So it's a training that you have to have with angelology, demonology, and theology. But I have a doctorate in ministry and 3 master degrees. But listen to this. So the director, this movie, Paranormal Activity, cost $15,000 to make. $15,000. It earned $193 million worldwide. Now that's phenomenal. $15,000. and you earn 193 million. Boy, that's a... So Paranormal Activity gave rise to the modern micro-budget horror genre and spawned an army of sequels. And by the way, the latest by Blumhouse, the owner of Blumhouse said, Jason Blum said, that's it. The Paranormal Activity show, the movies have got to stop. So, but yeah, it cost $15,000. The original, the first Paranormal Activity movie cost only $15,000 and earned $193 million worldwide. So anyway, if you want to buy the house is up for sale, and it's a whopping $749,000. Man, I don't know. Now, yeah, it's crazy. That's smart business. This is a video that I saw the other day, and I wanted to share this with you. I don't know if you've seen this. Well, thank you very much. And thank you guys for the gifts. If I'm not thank you, it's because I've run the show on multiple computers, and so I just couldn't see it. But listen to this. This is by Dave Basner. So you might want to check this out. There's an eerie video. It shows a boy disappear from a ride at a carnival. So he says carnivals are always a place for memories, and whether they come from an exciting ride, delicious food, or a giant prize won in a game. However, one mom left a carnival with an incredibly strange experience she'll never forget. That woman from Malaysia filmed her 5-year-old son along with the boy seated next to him. And as they slowly spun around on a ride, the kids and everyone on the ride seemed to be enjoying themselves as they revolve around. But on the next orbit, Ross and her son is all alone. So this individual shared the eerie footage on TikTok with the caption, "Who is sitting next to my son?" She added, "I'm not mistaken. They were sitting together. I don't know the boy next to him." Says, "I think the workers seated them together. And while I was filming a short video, the car came around a second time and my son was suddenly alone. When the ride was finished, my son came down, but the boy next to him did not appear anywhere." And she said that he was sitting with the boy on the ride. And when I showed him the video, he said he did not know where he went. So unable to stop thinking about what happened, the following day, the mother asked her son more about what happened, but was unable to glean anything more. And she told the son it was scary, but my son is okay. However, I am still left wondering what happened to that boy. Yeah. The last movie that I mentioned was Paranormal Activity. So the Paranormal Activity movie is out for the house that they filmed the house in for $749,000. Is that what you were talking about? Yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's yeah, I've seen the Most Haunted. I've seen that show before. Repossessed? No, I don't know. What is that? Is that a television show? For those of you who live in Colorado, which is beautiful, I love Colorado. This is by Piper Russell. So if you're in Colorado or if you're going to visit, so here's a, it's a movie. Okay. So this is by Piper Russell, 10 paranormal places to visit around Colorado. Of course, the Stanley Hotel. The Stanley Hotel serves as Stephen King's inspiration for The Shining. We all know this. There's another one called the Museum of Colorado Prisons. Housed in a former women's correctional facility, this museum depicts the lives of inmates and guards who once roamed the cell house. And there are reports of cold spots and smell of tobacco from the old laundry room. And a female prisoner allegedly haunts cell 19, where she passed away. And visitors may experience the paranormal activity themselves at the museum's paranormal investigation nights. The next one is the Central City Masonic Cemetery. So according to Colorado.com, orbs of light impair photographs. See, the orbs are just taken at the cemetery. The orbs are just not taken seriously at all. But a little boy has also been seen following people around the cemetery and hiding behind trees. And when witnesses try to speak with him, as well as a mysterious woman in black appears twice a year to place columbines on John Edward Cameron's grave. She disappears when visitors approach. That's kind of crazy. The next one is Cripple Creek. So Cripple Creek is a hot spot for haunted sites and it has a rich history as a former mining camp. And Buffalo Billy's casino is reportedly inhabited by a young girl spirit who draws on the walls and sends bar glasses flying through the air. The next one is Phantom Canyon Road. This road is a detour of the Gold Belt Tour byway, and the former route of the Florence and Cripple Creek Railroad. The drive will take you up 4,000 feet on a narrow, unpaved road, going through eerie mountain tunnels and the ghost of Wilbur. Well, that's pretty cool. So you might even spot the ghost of a 1902 prison inmate spotted walking the railway after being unalived. Boy, Chris. Oh, you've been there before, Colorado? I've never been to the Stanley. Hotel Colorado is another place. It's in Glenwood Springs. The Cheeseman Park. It's a Denver's first cemetery. It's supposed to be haunted. Hotel Jerome as well. The Highlands Ranch Mansion. And the Molly Brown House. Molly Brown, by the way, the unsinkable Molly Brown was a survivor of the Titanic, renowned for her charitable, philanthropic, and humanitarian status. So her house is now a popular haunted attraction in Colorado. That's cool. So the Molly Brown House. There we go. Now she's a ghost. Right. Yeah, I'm going to check that out. Yeah. And thank you guys. For those of you who are liking the video, thank you for that. We have 102,000 likes. Thank you for doing that. For those of you who are sharing the video, the live video, thank you for that as well. I appreciate that very, very much. Yeah, I've heard a lot about the Stanley. I don't know. I'm not really. I guess it would be neat because it's in Colorado, but 99% of the time, orbs are bugs. Most of the time they're bugs, or they can be light particles. Thank you very much. Thank you. Most of the time they are not. People get so crazy and, oh my gosh, it's an orb. It's an orb. It's a bug. It's a bug. Or light particles, dust, especially dust. So that's 99.99%. I'm telling you, very rare. It is really, truly rare that you will see an orb that's like, okay, now that's interesting. That is interesting. Those are rare. But most of the time they're bugs or dust. That's it. So that, at least, have you ever went to an old prison or a psychiatric hospital to investigate? Actually, I did. I actually went to, well, thank you there, Tammy. I went to, my first time that I've ever investigated was 35 years ago. 35 years ago, and that was at Waverly Hills in Louisville, Kentucky. That was because, I lived in Louisville, so I was about, maybe 20 minutes away or so. And that was the first time that I've ever experienced a paranormal activity. See, back then, 35 years ago, the owner didn't care. This was before the current owner. So the previous owner he actually wanted people to come up and tear it down because he was going to demolish it. So people would go up there all the time. And we always heard that it was haunted. So I went in there and I've been to Waverly quite a bit. But I went there before, obviously 35 years ago. This wasn't a tourist location at all. It was just an old, abandoned, huge, gigantic, abandoned hospital that was a psychiatric hospital along with the tuberculosis hospital. And when I went in there in the basement or in the first floor, there were files everywhere, patients' information, everything in an old rusty wheelchair. I talked about this before, that was on its side. And the wheels wasn't moving. But we heard this crying. And to me, it sounded like a kid. So we walked up the stairs, and in the hallway, it really echoes. And we walked further down, and it got louder and louder. And so we went into like this bathroom where they had metal stalls. And I opened the first one, and nothing was there. And the crying, and I kept saying, "Who are you? Are you a kid? Do you need some help?" Because I thought a kid got in there and got lost. That's what originally I thought. And when I opened the last stall to try to open it, it was like someone took a sledgehammer and hit the side of that metal bathroom and just shook the whole thing was shaking. We took off. We ran so fast. And then when we got down to the first floor, that wheelchair where the wheel was not moving started moving just on its own, just like this. So I was like, nope, it's time to go. So there's a lot more people reporting demonic activity, but I have found that a lot of times it is people confusing demonic. Well, thank you there, Ellie. It is people confusing demonic with poltergeist, because poltergeist mimics demonic activity, but it's completely different. Poltergeist means noisy ghost, but it's not a ghost at all. It's energy. It's negative energy that someone is omitting. So someone who's going through extreme emotional stress, by the way, poltergeist, the number one destruction is fire, and also light bulbs popping and electrical appliances circling, or going out, burning out. So I've always found that if you find the person that's going through the extreme emotional stress, if you take them away from the location, that the activity dramatically stops. I mean, or sometimes you'll have residual activity, but it's very limited. The person comes back in, the activity starts all over again. So it's very violent. But see, the activity is different because something might be thrown or moved or pushed, but there's no real intent behind it. Whereas demonic, you are the target. So if something gets thrown or something gets moved, it's going to be thrown at you. Yeah, poltergeist, it doesn't like that. It's not like that at all. It's random. There is no reasoning. There's no logic behind the act. It's just violent. So a lot of people are confusing poltergeist with demonic. So there you go. Leaving energy, yeah. Hastings change over the year. I don't know. What do you mean Hastings? What are you talking about? Oh, I know demonic entities exist, and I know ghosts exist as well. As an exorcist, I performed 31 exorcisms on people who were possessed. So I have there is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I have no doubt in my mind that possession exists, that demons exist. None at all. None. Sure. Hauntings. Hauntings. Have you noticed the hauntings change over the years? Yeah, especially with movies. Yeah. See, here's the deal with ghosts. People say ghosts don't exist. Well, and then I ask them, where do you get this information from? What's in the Bible? Nope. Actually, the Bible says ghosts do exist. Because remember, as I've said this before many, many times, when Jesus was crucified and he appeared before the disciples, it said they were terrified because they thought they were seeing a ghost. And then people say, well, demon. No, it does not. The ghost, if you actually look in the original language, you cannot get that. It's two different words, completely two different words. So that tells us that the disciples had the concept of ghost. And Jesus said, don't be silly. The ghosts don't have flesh and bones as you see that I have. That's a clear indicator to me that if ghosts don't exist, Jesus would have said ghosts don't exist. That's not what he said. He actually made a clarifying statement. Ghosts don't have this as you see that I have. Also, when he was walking on water, and it said they were terrified. They thought they were seeing a ghost. So just the opposite. The argument that ghosts don't exist, I disagree. Scripturally, theologically, and from my own personal experience as an investigator. Heaven is presented to you. Heaven is not forced upon you. We know that free will exists in heaven because angels freely rejected God while in heaven. So therefore, free will must exist while still in heaven. So therefore, if heaven is forced upon you, it violates your free will. Free will then doesn't exist. And if free will doesn't exist, then angels would not have freely fell. So I do believe that heaven is presented, and for whatever reason, which we don't know and we'll know when we get there, people do not move on. They do not. I've had a situation where I've talked about that, Mike. I had the conversation about that. I've been to a place where someone had a paranormal activity. It wasn't violent. It was just things were moving, and I did a blessing, and it was really very powerful. Absolutely very powerful. It was not aggressive. It wasn't anything. So Mike, I just answered. I just talked about it. Yeah, I mean, we've already said it. I mean, anyway. Yeah, I'm not going to dwell. I'm not going to, because it's too negative, and I don't dwell on negativity. I just don't. I made my statement. I stand by the statement, and I find it abominable. Abominable. There. So, okay. You know, Stormy, I will say, do you know Stormy Daniels? People don't know that Stormy Daniels, she is the one that claims, allegedly, I don't know, and I don't care. But anyway, she claims that she is the one that had relations as an adult, that she and Donald Trump. Fine. I'm not here to whether or not to agree or anyway. But Stormy Daniels actually is very involved in the paranormal. And a lot of people don't know. Ronnie Mott wrote this. Stormy Daniels is at the McNutt House in Vicksburg this weekend. She's in town to do paranormal investigation at the house with local ghost hunter David Childers, Ashley Storm, and others. The event, which takes place Saturday evening today, is a memorial fundraiser for Childers' brother, Brandley Sanford, who passed away in September at the age of 36. So at this, she's actually really heavily involved in the paranormal community. So I don't know if you're familiar with that, but yeah, just wanted to throw that out. Yeah. Again, I'm not here to say whether or not it's true or I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't care. It's I don't really get into arguments and political stuff and all that other stuff. By the way, now this is interesting though. Someone was asking about orbs. Tracy's asking, has a spirit ever attached itself to me? Let me tell you a story about the Gates of Hell Cemetery. So me and my buddy, Steve, we actually went to the seminary together studying for the priesthood. And we were still friends. And we went to the Gates of Hell Cemetery in Kentucky. And it was the first time that we went. Or maybe the second time, I can't remember. But we went there and we just did an investigation. But we went there during the day. So we didn't go there at night at that time. We didn't really get a whole lot, but we got some evidence. So we were driving on the expressway. It's like 65, 70 miles per hour because it's 70 mile per hour speed limit. So we were going down the expressway. I was talking, he was talking about what we experienced. And I looked over to him to say something and I almost crashed the car because he looked over and his eyes got huge. And I pulled over as fast as I could because I thought I was going to hit, like all the rocks. So I slammed the brakes, went in the emergency lane, turned around. What we both saw, it was a little boy, I'd say maybe 9 years old, 12, I don't know, somewhere around between 9 and 12 years old. And he was in the middle where the little the aisle thing is that separates the two front seats. And he was just doing this, just listening to the conversation, just like this. But he was in period clothing that kind of looked like 1890s, 1880s, something like that. But we both saw him. And that was the only time I didn't feel threatened. I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, that's evil. But that was the first time that I actually saw a full body apparition of what appeared to be a child. That was really, really crazy. And yeah, he just sitting, just listening to us talk. And we both saw, I saw Steve, his eyes got huge. And I thought, what's going on with Steve? What's going on with him? And we both turned and we both saw him. So that was very interesting. The Gates of Hell, by the way, for those of you who want to know, the Gates of Hell Cemetery, the documentary is up right now. It's been up for a while. So you can go to my YouTube page and you can watch it. And you'll know that the cemetery that I'm talking about, that's one location that's a really dark place. I mean, it is no joke. It is dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. So you might want to go to Bishop James Long. Thank you. You might want to go to bishopjameslong.com. Scroll down to where it says official like social media links, and you'll see where it says on YouTube. And I named it the Gates of Hell. So over 20 years ago, actually 24 years ago, no one even knew that cemetery existed. None. Nobody in the paranormal. It's an old abandoned cemetery. It's several miles off the beaten path. I mean, nobody even knew. So I've been in the paranormal for a long, long time. The way we communicated in the paranormal community a long time ago was through Yahoo groups. This was before MySpace, this was before Facebook, any of that, Twitter, any of that. Now we communicated through Yahoo groups. Well, some families had contacted me and said, look, could you please go to this place and bless it? Because we have loved ones that are buried there. People are going there, doing things they shouldn't do. Stupid stuff they shouldn't do. Desecrating. And they will ask me if I could please go bless it. I said, sure. But, we'll have to investigate first, make sure, find out what we're dealing with. So we did an investigation and all hell broke loose. That's the night that I got the growl that I played several times already. I played in the actual documentary as well. And we came back on the radio. This was an online radio, was in its infancy. So this was before even Blog Talk. So we had our own radio network. I was a 24/7 paranormal radio network. And we came on and I was like, man, this is like the gates of hell. I was like, that's it. That's what we're going to call it from now on. That's what we're going to call it, the gates of hell. So that's how in Kentucky that name got its name, from the gates of hell. So, and it is. It is the only place that I've ever been to where, honest to God, during the day, you know that you're being watched, but you don't feel threatened necessarily. And then at night, I mean, that place, it's like Silent Hill. It truly is like Silent Hill. And it changes. At night, it completely changes. So someone was asking about orbs. 1,000,000%, we'd absolutely have consciousness after death. I did. I had a near-death experience where actually I clinically died and I saw my mom. So there's no doubt. Matter of fact, I encourage you, any of you who are, who have anxiety with death, you have nothing to fear. What I experienced, and I had Dr. Jeffrey Long, who's the world leading expert on near-death experience. I told him during the show what happened, and he was absolutely, no doubt, you absolutely 100% had a near-death experience where I was clinically dead. And I saw my mom. You don't have to be petrified. No, listen, I'll tell. Someone's asking how much. Here's the deal. And please indulge me for a moment. A lot of people really fear death. Folks, you don't have to. I'm telling you, you don't have to. That's beautiful. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you. So here's what happened. I had a procedure, and my mom had passed away in 2014, and I had the procedure in 2015. And so I remember going into the operating room, and they were putting me out. Okay, fine. But then I remember opening my eyes, but for some reason I don't know why I couldn't move. But the surgeon was, he was panicked. He was really, really panicked, and this horrible noise was going off behind me, and I couldn't turn around and see what it was, but it never dawned on me that I was the patient. It never, ever, ever. Actually, and I wanted to communicate with the doctor to say, hey, dude, it's going to be okay. Why are you so worried? Why are you so stressed out? It's all right. But I couldn't communicate with him. But he was really, really stressed. And this brilliant, the whitest light shone right behind him. And I saw a silhouette of a woman coming behind him, and she got closer and closer. And I thought it was an angel. She, absolutely beautiful. The joy in this person's face, I cannot describe. There's no words to describe it. Truly, no words. It was radiating joy. And I looked closer and closer, and I thought, that's Mom. And I realized that was Mom. And the doctor was panicky. She put her hand on his shoulder. He took a deep breath, and he said something, I guess, to somebody behind me. That noise went off. She smiled at me and nodded and faded away. So I then came to in the recovery room. Now, I know what a dream is. I'm not dumb. I know what a dream is. This was not a dream. I was completely alert like I am right now. So when I came to, my sister was there, Jennifer, and I was telling her, I was like, I saw Mom. And Jennifer said, I know you saw. The whole entire hospital knows. You were screaming it at the top of your lungs. She said, I heard you all the way from the operating room. You wouldn't stop screaming it. You were screaming, I saw Mom. I saw Mom. You kept saying it louder, and you wouldn't stop. I don't remember that. I have no memory of that. So I had Dr. Long on, and this is what he said. He said, number one, there's no doubt that you clinically died. You flatlined because that noise going off behind you was the anesthesiologist machine going off because you flatline. It makes a horrible noise to alert the doctors. That doctor, that surgeon, was freaking out, and your mom worked in cardiology, so that he thinks there was some cardiac issue. And because she placed her hand on his shoulders, she was guiding him. She was calming him down. And he said, by the way, there's a 0% chance of dreaming. It does not happen. It can't happen. It is scientifically impossible to dream in propofol. It doesn't happen because you don't go into REM. So there's 0% chance. And he said the fact that you were screaming, you saw your mother from the operating room to the recovering room, you couldn't have faked that because you were still under propofol. And I was screaming it from the operating room all the way. So he said there's absolutely no way you could have faked that. I didn't fake it. I don't remember me screaming, well, I saw mom, but I saw her. As soon as I came to and I saw my sister, I said, I saw mom. She's like, we know. So, folks, let me tell you something. The joy that was in my mom's face, I can't, I wish I could, there are no words. Whatever word I use is inadequate. It just doesn't fit. It is the brilliant, radiating joy. And it was powerful. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to, for those of you who are worried about death, first of all, don't be. Second of all, go to this website, nderf.org. N as in no, D as in dog, erf.org. That's Dr. Jeffrey Long, who is a medical doctor, and it is the world's largest online website on people who were clinically dead and who came back and who've told the story. So I encourage you. Thank you guys for putting in that. I encourage you strongly. Thank you there, Lynn. I encourage you guys to check it out. Honest to God, folks, the joy in my mom's face, it was just radiating. I mean, it was just everywhere. I mean, all around her. It was very powerful. It was just very, very powerful. So, no, I have no fear of demons whatsoever, Tammy. No fear of demons, and neither should you. We talked about this the other day. Let me tell you something. You always need to remember the moment that you pray is the moment the devil himself fears and trembles in fear. Remember, you're created in God's image, not the devil. You're a child of God. You can call upon St. Michael. You can call upon your guardian angel. You can call upon Christ. You can call upon the Blessed Mother. You have nothing to fear. Nothing to fear. Because I've said this before, stop putting demons. We got to stop putting demons and God here. That is completely distorted. So the moment you call upon God is the moment the devil trembles in fear and then runs away like a coward that he is. So there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. They fear you more than you should fear them, because they know that if they mess with you, they're messing with God's children, and their punishment is going to be even 10 times worse. So no need to fear. But you have to ask it, Jay, because there's a lot people. Keep in mind, please keep in mind, I have multiple chat rooms open right now. So there's like 4 chats open. So I run the show on 2 different computers. I have Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Rumble, Twitch, Spreaker, you guys. So it's better just to ask the question, and then I'll be happy to try to answer to the best of my ability. Travis said Jesus came to me in a dream. Oh, wow. So, yeah. So don't forget, by tomorrow I'm going to be here for Bible study. Okay, Vicky. And Jay, you were asking a question. Can you ask a question? If I don't look at the first time, you can ask it again. Because let me do this article. This is interesting. Now, this is a bit different. This is by Passant Raby, I believe. It's an interesting name. But it's this is a scientific article. Kind of odd. But it's a rare atmospheric phenomenon was powered by thunderstorms off the coast of South Africa because mysterious glowing orbs spotted from the International Space Station. It looked kind of like alien spaceships. And so it's pretty interesting. It says that NASA astronauts snapped a photo of glowing featured illuminating Earth's upper atmosphere. Though it may appear as an alien invasion threatening our planet, the blue orbs are the result of an optical phenomenon known as red sprites. Red sprites, literally sprites. The photograph was taken by astronaut Matthew Dominic from the International Space Station on June 3rd, capturing several luminous orbs lined up in a row as they occupy pockets of the atmosphere. And of course, what happened? What happened? People on social media went on there and saying, "Oh, it's the aliens. They're going to invade. They're going to invade." It's like, oh, good grief. You know what I mean? I don't know who that is, Ellie. Why does that name sound familiar? I don't know what that sounds. Oh, Sir Pounce. Oh, yeah, the angry cat. Yeah. There was I did a that cat. I'll have to do it because that was a great. There was a cat called Sir Pounce, and I did a duet on TikTok. And this little cat, he's a little feisty little thing, isn't he? So anyway, these orbs, aside from spaceship-looking orbs, subtle hints of bright red flashes appear in the photograph as well. So NASA describes the colorful streaks as less understood phenomena associated with powerful lightning events. So if you haven't checked that out, you might. It really is pretty cool. I can see what people might say, "Oh my goodness," but it's astronaut Matthew Dominic. So you might want to Google that and look because there's pictures of it. And it does look kind of creepy, but it is completely explainable. And so there we go. It's a rare atmospheric phenomenon and was powered by a thunderstorm off the coast of South Africa. There you go. So, yeah, I'll have to do that. Sir Pounce, he's a feisty little thing, isn't he? But Jay, what was your question? So, because I'm going to wrap things up here pretty soon. So, yeah, you don't have to be worried. You don't have to. Yeah, I'll do another. And tomorrow I'll do. See, Sundays and Wednesdays, I try not to do paranormal duets. I try to do something that's uplifting, something different. So, Ava and Leslie, no. Oh, well, thank you for that, Dog Norman. Thank you. But see, keep in mind, I understand you say last try, but please understand, I have actually 5 chats open. So it's not that I'm ignoring. It's not. It's just I can only look at one chat at a time. So I promise you, I wasn't ignoring you. It's just when you got all these chats open, it's kind of hard. Oh no! I just wanted to make sure. I just want to make sure that you know that I was not ignoring. But no, there are no demonic names with Ava and Leslie. But nderf.org, nderf.org. But now a lot of times what demons will do, many times, demons will pretend to be something that they're not, and especially a child. I cannot tell you how many times people have played with a Ouija board and said, what is your name? Sally or whatever. How old are you? 9. First of all, don't play with Ouija boards. And secondly, I don't believe this is just from a theological perspective as clergy, I don't believe when it comes to kids, I have a problem accepting children ghosts because most of the time, I'm not going to say all the time, but in every one of my cases, I'll say this, in every one of my cases that I've had where they said that they saw a child ghost, it was demonic. In every single one of them. Now, I'm not talking about the 31 exorcisms that I performed. I'm talking about the thousands of minor rite of exorcisms that I performed. Every single time they said there was a child ghost that they saw, every time, 100%, it was demonic. Every time. I just don't think that Absolutely, Brad. You 1,000,000% you will see your fur babies in heaven. Actually, Revelation talks about, Scripture talks about many times. Even Isaiah talks about Scripture that the lion will lay down with the lamb. So Scripture is abundantly clear that animals are in heaven. 100%. Yep. Oh, you're welcome. And because there won't be a predator-prey relationship anymore. It was Isaiah chapter 11. It's a beautiful. No. Yeah, I think so. I think it's that, but I'll have to look. I don't have it. I think it's Isaiah. I think it's Isaiah chapter 11, verse 6. I think so. But it absolutely one. Oh, look. Justin, I promise you guys. I promise you. The fur babies are in heaven. I guarantee. I can't tell you how many times I've had people contact me and tell me that they just saw their fur baby. They just saw it. I mean, is it a demon? I said, no. It's your little baby coming to you and say, I'm okay. I'm okay. Our animals, our fur babies are angels without wings. No doubt. And you will absolutely 100% you will see them. Fuzzy, I had a little Fuzzy. He has a miniature schnauzer. He liked Wilma. I mean, Wilma was his girlfriend. But Fuzzy did this routine. God love him. He's in heaven now. He's passed for a while. But he would always do 3 circles, 1, 2, 3, and just plop right there. No matter where he was, on the floor, on the couch, it doesn't matter, on the bed, he would just plop. And it wasn't just the other day I was thinking about him, and I absolutely felt Fuzzy go 1, 2, 3, and plop. And I'm like, okay, dude, I know you're okay. So and Kylie, Kylie, Kylie was the queen. She was a toy schnauzer. And she was the queen. She was definitely I was there to serve the queen. So there you go. Yeah, we talked about that, Jojo, and I just find it to be an abomination. Yeah, I don't support it. I thought it was disgusting. It was vulgar and unacceptable. But you guys, I promise you're going to see your fur babies. Revelation is very clear that the predator-prey relationship ends, because the predator-prey relationship in the original Garden of Eden, there was no predator-prey relationship, and so that will be fixed. That will be repaired in heaven. No question, no doubt about it. No doubt. So, oh goodness, Francis, yeah, you'll see them again. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. You'll see them again. Okay, so there we are, folks. Yep. So one more time, so people keep asking. I've made it very clear. I do not support what. Celine Dion was wonderful. Good for her, because she's been struggling. God love her. She's been struggling with her voice, and I was so happy for her. So happy. But I'm going to say it again. I think it was vulgar. I think it was distasteful, and I think it was unacceptable. They should not have done it. It was no one's going to tell me or convince me otherwise, to say, oh, well, it was this Greek god. No, they knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. They got the buzz that they wanted. Congratulations, you got the buzz. But now you have to answer to God for the blasphemy that you've just committed. It was disgusting. It was vulgar. It was unacceptable. And quite honestly, it should have never have happened. Period. Should have never happened. And shame on anyone who participated in it. So nope, I won't support it. The Olympics that they just had, you'll have to look it up, and it was just disgusting. It was unacceptable. It was a direct attack on the Last Supper, and I don't care what anyone says. It was unacceptable. Should not have happened. I will not support any type of mockery like this at all. Period. It's just disgusting. It was absolutely satanic. Well, actually, disobedience. Well, or just the overreach to try to have the relationship or have more power, just like Satan, have more power or knowledge of God. So that was the predator-prey relationship. Okay, yeah, we'll do a quick prayer that we normally do. I appreciate you reminding me so that I wouldn't forget. So for those of you who need the prayer, let's pray in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen. And St. Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle, be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray. And do thou, O Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, cast into hell Satan and all evil spirits who wander the earth, seeking the ruin of souls. And may Almighty God bless you in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, everybody, remember, I'm going to be here tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Bible study. Judy Ann will be here, and Miss Wilma will be teaching Bible study. If she's kids' Bible study, she's feeling up to it. And I do hope that you can join us. But remember, that's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here. We would love to have you guys. So for those of you, Michelle, for those of you who are on Spreaker, I say good night to you guys. And I look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow night. Okay, so let me just close out Spreaker and close this out for everybody. And remember, friends, I tell you all the time that your value does not decrease based on someone's inability or refusal to see your worth. Remember, you're priceless, and don't let anybody tell you or convince you otherwise. And never, ever stand for mockery against Christ. Never. May God's blessings be upon you, and I look forward to teaching Bible study tomorrow night. God bless.